Okay, we're gonna stream some more Doki Doki. We're gonna change up a game tomorrow. We'll do a game tomorrow, but it's been a long day and I don't really feel like doing much else. So this is what we're gonna do today. And then tomorrow, I think we're gonna start doing some Satisfactory, because that's a game I can get into. Also, a game I'm very good at as well. Quite one I like. Very good game that is. So we can get into doing that. I think would be good. And then we also got Undertale we can stream, but I don't really fancy that today. Been a very busy day. Very, very busy. No news live. There you go. Work. Open chat. That's a nice spot. Test message. Is that right? No, I need to move it. I need to move it a tad over. Let me just give it a second. Open up Twitch. Okay, everything's working on Twitch. Everything's working on YouTube. That's good. Notification. Hi. That's weird. Why is that doing that? I don't know. It's a tad weird. I don't know why it's done that. Yeah, let me just wait there. I think that's better, right? Here. Yeah, a lot better. There you go. Make unclickable. There you go. Put this across there. Ooh, why is it that? There you go. Everything looks good in stream. The volume seems okay. Cool. I'm gonna quickly get out of this menu because it's there. Which is weird. Okay, well, I will say where we left off is a bit weird because we're at why are we here? I don't know. We're here, which is weird because despite this, we were literally just about to get into a fight. So why we're here, I don't know. It's a bit weird what that's about. But I presume this is like a flashback for our character specifically. It's a flashback for our character. So I think this is good. I don't know, we'll see. You and I sit in silence writing together. She decided it was a good idea for us to try and write a poem together. I don't really care enough to fight back on this. She want to do it, so why not? Handwriting and mine are pretty much night and day, but we are alternating how we are alternating helps it look surprisingly nice. We write the line and I follow, rinse and repeat. We also go closer and since I joined the club a month ago. Every so often I glance over to be greeted with a bright smile. Something that the other has noticed and kept giving me from 3 glances for. Apparently you was never this. What is the word for it? Blissful? It's not a bad sight. It's nice to see her smile every once in a while. You look pretty cheerful right there, Yuri. Do I? I guess I am feeling very comfortable and relaxed. That's good. So, looks like we finished the poem. I don't think Monica and the others are done with theirs. Would you like to make tea with me? We do this like every day, but sure. Come on. She grabs my hand and gently pulls me towards the door. Our normal glass pitcher waiting for its daily fill sitting on the bookshelf right next to it. I grab it before Yuri managed to get me out of the room. Walking down the hallway with Yuri, I notice her movements are a little different than normal. Normally she hunts over and looks hesitant around as she goes. But her stance is straight and confident and she looks forward without any hesitation or timidness. That's good. Well, look at you. Where did all your shyness go? You noticed. I am putting on a front. Wait, was it convincing? Actually, yeah. I am glad. Well, good for you. What caused you to do it? Like once I need to cut my nail because I pulled a quart and that was very sharp. And I keep scratching myself and it's very hurts. There we go. That's better. Hey, what caused you to do it? The other girls wanted me to try and act confident around you. Confident around me? Oh my. I just said it out loud. What's so bad about that? It's nothing. I kind of wanted to be more like the people you hang out with. What? Why on earth would you want to do that? I thought you would be more open and at home around me. Trust me, do not be like the people I'm used to be around. They aren't people I want to be around anymore. I don't want you to change who you are. Really? Yes, even if you're extremely difficult to handle and talk to, I still enjoy the time we spend together. I mean, I could be in a worse place or talking to other people. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you, Echo. No problem. Let's fill up the pitcher. Get back already. I don't have all day. Right. Reach the usual water fountain and use how to fill up the pitcher. I assume I know I'm posturing against the wall waiting for her. It may not be perfect or the most socially etiquette or assertive. The shyness and gentle nature seems to mellow out my coldness. Something I have held on to for a long time. It's one of my least favorite attributes about myself. Every time I meet everyone I meet, no matter who they are, I immediately shut myself off and try to profile them. I try to categorize them like objects that have no real purpose to me. I actually hated that trait that I picked up from her. She may have taught me everything I need to know, but she taught me too much. And I hate who I've become. I guess that what sparked me to try and live a normal life. Try to become something else. And maybe you can help me with that. Feeling a wave of excitement roll over me, I smile and wait to continue. With the club with her. I'm back to it, leaning back against the cold cement while I look around the room. I think of what I have planned. With the key I was able to get earlier, I can get myself out of the basement and probably find a way out. I just hope I find a way out. Everything that happened, I have calmed down enough to form rational thoughts and think clearly. It's a godsend I'm even able to control my breathing through this. It's all just so scary. My sting as the tears begin to develop in them. I brush them away just as quickly as they came. I have to remain strong. I can't get out of here if I'm crying in a corner constantly. The noise above me has been quiet for a while. Maybe I should try and leave now? Standing up and keep my balance from the sudden head rush I get, I walk over to the stairs and begin to scale them. I try my absolute best to stay light to my feet because I don't want these stairs to make any noise as I go up and alert anyone. When I finally reach the door, I insert the key in and turn the knob. Close the knob behind me quietly and make sure to lock it so it doesn't look suspicious to anyone walking by. I take it back up my bra and I start to quietly walk around the corridor. Just to the left of the stairs, a double door with fogged glass. Yes, maybe I can get out from there. Quickly jogging to the door, I try to make out anything from the fogged glass. Can't tell if that's a person I am seeing outside or a tree. But if I open the door quietly enough, I should be able to sneak away if it's a person. After my front, I reached and gripped the handle of the door and gently pressed a button to open it. Pulling the door towards me, nothing. Doesn't even budge. No, don't tell me this one's locked too. Kneel down, hands on note there's a slot for a much bigger key than one I have. Cursing my breath, I stand back and walk around the hallway some more. I go upstairs, but I don't think there'd be any ways out of the building up there. My best bet is to try and find another way out down here. If this is a front entrance, there should also be a back entrance too. And since this looks like a building for education, there might also be a faculty door as well. Or fire exit. But where could I find those? Walk back near the basement door and notice a dark hallway inconspicuously here hidden near an old reception desk. I'm sure the floor changes as soon as I start down the hallway. It goes from nicely maintained marble floor to dusty and slightly painted concrete floor. It kinda looks like someone ripped at the carpet or Chan just left it the way it is. So maybe this is an old hallway that was in the middle of the renovation? Whatever it is, the atmosphere amplifies atmospheric eeriness to a whole new level. It sends shivers down my back. Good thing, however, if anyone comes looking for me, this is a great place to hide. See, from the start of the hallway to wherever it ends, you will need a flashlight. But even then, there are buckets and ladders I can hide behind. Continue continued down the hallway, I accidentally kicked something heavy and metal. A loud crash and the sound of what I think are screws and nails falling echoed through the corridor. Yeah? I immediately covered my mouth with my hands and I dropped to my knees and leaned down for a second. Oh my, why did I do that? After an extremely intense minute of silence, I don't do anything. It doesn't seem like anyone heard that. Ooh, thank goodness. I placed my hands on the ground in front of me and let myself recover. Feeling around, I confirmed what knocked over a can of screws and nails. Getting to my feet, I carefully progressed through the dark hallway. At this point, not even the light from the stairs helped me see. I'm just going in by instinct and intuition. First and as I go, I feel on to make sure I don't hit or knock everything over. Eventually, I don't feel walls anymore and sense that I'm in an actual room. The floor feels the same as it did. Hey, hello, welcome. I was going down the hallway, so I assumed this room was being renovated as well. Managed to find one of the walls and traced my hand across it until I came across a shelf. It feels barren aside from what feels like cardboard tubes here and there. But my hand touches something sharp that makes me recoil slightly. A blade? Carefully grabbing and feeling on the item in my hand, I recognize the box cutter. But the blade is still extended, so I withdraw it into its case and tuck it into the side of my pants. Did I miss anything? Not really. We sneaked out of our cell. But she snuck out of her cell and started looking around for a way out. Alright, time to find that door. A new sense of confidence burns within me. I keep failing around until the room. I feel the hinges of the door. Yes! Found the handle and tried to open the door. So we're in the cell. No, we got out and now we're in a dark corridor and we can't see anything. The knob turns, but the actual door doesn't budge. For goodness sake. Gently kicking the door in frustration, I feel something wedged at the bottom of it. Leaning down, I touch my fingers and it feels to be a rubber door wedge. That I would use these for the garage door at all times. That is what's keeping the door from opening. Reaching down again and gripping, I try to pull the wedge out, but it doesn't move. Nah, come on. Sit down and place my feet against the door and try to use leverage to pull the wedge out, but still nothing. Ugh. Oh, welcome Zed, how are you doing? Give the wedge one last tug with all my strength and pop. The wedge pops out and the sudden release of force throws me backwards. Yes. Stand up and dust myself off. Even though I can't see, I try the door one more time. It opens and a gust of air flies into the room with me. Again, the rooms beyond the door is dark, but I can see a small lit up exit sign that points down the hallway. I ventured down the hallway once more until a pair of hands grabbed me from behind. Oh. I'm alright, I'm doing good, thanks. You got the secret. Nice. You can't go wrong with secret ending. They're the best. What do we have here? One of the hands dropped on my mouth and stopped me from screaming. First shake and fight back as much as I can, but the person is just too strong. He wrestles me to the ground and presses my head against the concrete. Now how do you get out there? I knew I heard something earlier. However, the bosses don't know I found you yet, so I can still have some fun. Wave of nausea hits me like a truck when I realize what those words mean. I kick and shake as hard as I can to get free, but to no avail. He lets go of my mouth and I immediately scream for help. Yeah? You're going to alert them. Then he hits my head really hard and stuns me. I can barely fight back anymore, I just feel myself weak enough to go limp. What on earth was that? Never mind walks into the room with a flashlight. How would you download Doki Doki mods, or are they a whole different game? You go to, there's quite a few. You get them off, depending on what website you get them off. You can download them, and then you drag the files into the Doki Doki folder, replacing some of the base game ones, and then it works from there. So this is a drag and drop job, nice and easy. So you just go into the files, drop them in, and it usually works. Some of the mods don't, but that tends to be down to them being on the older side. But you know, it's really easy, it's not too bad. Oh my, you idiot, what on earth are you doing? The boss said not to touch the girl until we're giving the notice. The guy gets pulled off me and the flashlight shines directly in my face. What'd you do to her? She had to knock her out. You're an idiot, help me get her back to the basement. Both of the men dropped me into the cold concrete floor of the basement and started to walk away. How on earth did she even get out? They probably left the door unlocked like like an idiot again. He's probably planning on something else with the girl behind our backs. Like you just tried? You try like a stunt like that and you're done for. Alright, fine. Ugh, my head. I was so close to getting out. Thank goodness the other guy showed up when he did. If not, ugh. My body shudders at the thought. But people are sick and need to go to a mental hospital. Ooh, what's your favourite one? I'll try it now. I have to recommend Doki Doki Within. That's a really good one. Doki Doki Within. Be prepared to hit the field. It's a really good mod. I really like that one. Doki Doki Within was a really good one. There are people, sick people. Yeah. I don't want to go home. I don't want to be here anymore. Going back over to the corner of the basement where I rest, I lie my head against the wall and cry quietly. Question, how did he see us? Oh, that's a really interesting thing. How did he see us in the pitch darkness? So how did you think he'll do? He will pass, I'm sure of it. Ashley and I look out one-way window into a large field with an obscure course set up. I lean my back against the glass and Ashley leans forward and rests her hands against the metal rail. That's good. You say that as if you think otherwise. I mean, there was always a chance he could fail. We've known this for a while. There was a chance we would fail too. He's taking the exact same examination we did years ago. What I heard, his instructor said he did very well. I heard too he was a leader of his class. Something must have happened when we put him through the initial training and motivated him. I see, well nonetheless, him making that change was for the better. I've seen a lot of determination from him and it kind of scares me. Scares you? I feel like he could push himself too far one day and that he could be his downfall. Oh, I get it now. To be completely honest, I don't really know how to respond to that. I don't think you could get to the point like that, but for goodness sake, it is Echo we're talking about. The kid's been full of mysteries since he came into our care. Exactly. His own particularity will make him hard to control as an agent when he becomes one. That is why I'm going to be taking over as division chief when he does. What, you're leaving the field? I have to reckon he's someone who can control him properly. Man, Ashley, I don't think I would ever heard Ashley leave the field for division chief. She's super hands-on and not having her directly in operation will take some adjustment. And admin's okay with that. They're hesitant, but his performance so far only supports my case. I'm still not calling you ma'am. Ugh, don't think about it. Bet your Echo will call you me. Man, Julia. She looks away in disgust as I laugh. The way you said it was way too sexual. And you know I don't like to be called his mother. You basically are though. Doesn't matter, I'm not a mother type of girl. Let's see, he has a mother. He's dead. Still a mother. I'll always love and care for him like a mother would, but I have no place in this world trying to take over as a mother. There were a few times he called you mum, do you remember? I do, and he broke down crying when he did. And I've been meaning to ask you about that. One day a long time ago, I could call Ashley mum a few times, and when he did, she just started crying. She never told me why I spoke about it, she just silently cried on the couch for a bit when she went back to normal. I don't know why, just made me feel weirdly emotional. Like I was happy but very sad. I want to be his mum, but I can't. As above, this isn't my position to fill, as much as I would like. Looks down from the floor and shears her face for me. Rob Lamond and gently pat her on the shoulder. It's okay, I'll be here. You can be his insane sister. As she shoves her elbow into my ribcage with the speed of lightning. Ah, you. Up on my side, she looks at me with a sticks her tongue out. The green light appears over us and a loud buzzer noise rings out from the loudspeaker. Looks like he's starting, finally. Okay, so that was our test for whatever we were doing. Come back to consciousness on the concrete floor, somewhere in the middle of a dark room. It's an all too familiar feeling that makes me sick to my stomach. Ugh. As I stand up, rub my head to release some intense stinging that radiates from it. Man, that hurts. Let my eyes adjust to darkness, it looks like I'm in a completely empty room with a few disposable buckets scattered around. Mate, did we get got? Mate, we got gotted? Mate, we got gotted? Okay, pop my pockets and check for weapons, but it looks like all of them were stripped from me. Great. The door to the room sits across from me and serves as my way out. However, getting it open is going to be a problem. Obviously locked and looked reinforced, that kicking next to the knob won't do anything but make unnecessary noise. And right now, I don't really need to draw any more attention to myself. Looking into each of the plastic baskets, I find nothing of use besides a few nuts, a bolt, a broken screw, and a lot of dust. The labels in the buckets have been scraped off, only leave the white traces of adhesives behind. Maybe I can use these to my advantage. Inspecting each of the buckets, I find that one's cracked on the side. Perfect. Both my hands and pry the bucket apart, suddenly creating some jagged edges as it cracks. Each time it cracks, it creates a lot of noise, so my eyes are glued to the door. Finally breaking it down enough, I slam my left foot against the ground, with the bucket breaking into two manageable pieces. Just going through, I find it good, so I feel that it's sharp enough to use a self-defense weapon. Do I need a media file account on it? No, you shouldn't be. You shouldn't need to. It is on Reddit. You just click on it, and you should just download. You shouldn't need to download it. You shouldn't need to download that. Hello. Yeah. Okay. You got just. Did I look quick? Yeah, just click on it, and you can just download it then. You shouldn't need to download anything. Just going through them, I find a good size here. As I put a piece of plastic between my belt and pants for the makeshift sheath, the doorknob starts to shake. Instinctively, I try to get out to the right side of the door and hug the corner so anyone looking in won't see me. What is that noise? What on earth? Where'd he go? As he steps in, I wrap one of my arms around his throat and get him in a chokehold. Pull him into one of the rooms further and kick the back of his knees and stumble him. Once he drops his knees, I lean down and continue strangling him. As his eyes start to roll back in his head, I give him some room to breathe. Oh, what on earth? Let my grip and start to restrict his effort one more time. Where's Yuri? I'm not telling you. You sure you want to do that? His eyes start to roll back and begins to go limp. Once again, allow him to breathe and come back to conscience before starting him more. I've been doing this a long time. Monster. He tries swinging upwards but misses me. I'm going to ask you one last time, where is she? I'm going to kill. He goes silent and loses consciousness. You're just going to make me waste time till your buddies come and check on you? I'm not even going to waste my time killing you. Release my grip on the man and let him fall to the floor. Might as well leave him here, he won't be able to get out from the inside anyway. Let's take his key, I'm going to need them. Bend down and take his keys off him and close the door behind me. Taking a moment to look for my keys, I find the correct one and lock the guy inside. The hallway is almost dark as a room, but with a small window that lets moonlight in. The floor looks like it has been torn up and is raw. Perhaps there was a tile floor before? Whatever the floor is least of my concerns. I need to find a way out, and where I am if Yuri is here. Going through the hallway, I reach a door that looks as if it was bolted shut. Looks like I'm not getting through there. Next to the door is a moderately sized window. How far I am from the ground? Looking down from the window, there is a small drop, but enough to determine that I'm on the first floor whatever building I'm in. Stepping in the window sounds like I could break easily. The cleaving on the other side looks to be a good escape route. But it isn't like I could just punch the glass and break it enough to get out. That's not even going to make a lot of noise, but it's going to shred anything on my arms. I'm going to need something to cover my hands and forearm if I'm breaking it. A few minutes searching, I find a suitable patch of felt fabric. Place it next to the window and keep going down the opposite end of the hallway. Facing the hallway, I've reached another room that bends to my left. Following it leads me to a lit up reception area. Before showing myself to the area, I peek around the corner and look for any cameras. Doesn't look like there's any here that I can see. Finding stepping into the area, I'll see an overturned desk and some paper strewn on the floor. There was a struggle here, but who was involved when who this was, and are two things that are giving me a bad feeling. Quietly moving towards the desk, I notice a small drop of blood splattered across the surface. It's still a liquid, so it hasn't been long enough to dry, but it doesn't look as bright as fresh. There's no trail, so I can't tell whoever was hurt. But the papers have shoe print on them that look around the same size as mine. Papers have moved since the altercation. It looks as if they were headed upstairs. Down to the hall to my right, there's a door with a light inside. Don't see any interior shadows indicating anyone inside, so I move towards the door and place my ear against it. I hear a TV, but no movement or anything else speaking. It's unlocked. If I stand for the door, the room gives off a homely vibe. The room has been repurposed to be more of a lounge, if anything. Carpet covers the floor with different designs and colours. A tan couch sits in the middle of the carpet towards a TV on a stand, and there seems to be some sinks, an oven, and cupboards. The room is basically a kitchenetta. An overweight man sits on a couch with his head cocked to the side. Approaching him from behind, I see he's passed out while eating a bag of chips. There's no silverware or cutlery anywhere in here, so we retrieve the sharp plastic from my belt. Getting close to stumbling off on the couch, I lean down, his throat positioned sharp in the corner of his visual vision. Huh? Who are you? Tell me where Yuri is. Who? Purple hair girl you abducted, where's she? Yeah, I don't know, man. I best sat into his neck. Listen here, you're gonna tell me where she is, and we'll let you go unharmed. But if you make me repeat myself, I won't bother thinking twice about making some fillets of it to you. Listen, dude, I really don't know where she is. You don't? Then what's with the overturned desk and blood in the main hallway outside? He gulps and starts to sweat. I don't know, man. I'm only here to make sure no trespassers. Looks like you failed, but maybe you can redeem yourself by telling me what I want to know. I said I don't know where the girl is. Then tell me where I am. What? I pressed my makeshift knife into his neck with pressure now just barely able to break the skin. We're at the old State Field University building. And why are we here? It's easier to do what we do here. And that is just whatever we're asked, man. But unavailable to see if I tried on my Mac on my phone and I go, oh, that's weird. Have you found the Reddit page? I got the downloads page here. If that's any help, I'll send a link to the Reddit page. See if that's any help. I don't know why you can't see it. That's really weird. Maybe it's your location. Just whatever we're asked, man. Sometimes we sell things with people. Sometimes we distribute some things we sell out space for storage. So why are you actually in the business of abducting 2 high school teens? That's not something I know. The boss knows. Who's your boss? I've only seen him a few times. He never told me his name. So you're telling me you're useless to me? But no. What else do you want to know? Please, I'll tell you anything. Just don't hurt me. Stop crying a man there. Well, your buddies, they don't hang around in specific areas. They like to move around. The guy who is in charge of watching you 2 are probably still around here. That's exactly where, I have no idea. Interesting. How many of you are there? Too many to count. Not good enough. Give me an estimate. I don't know, like 30? One locked in the room, the other dead in the forest, crutched 2. Then, you have quite the manpower here. Why is no one else in here with you? Yep, that should be it, yep. DLC mods, yeah. It should be Doki Doki within full release. Okay. Why is no one else with you? I don't know. You don't know anything, do you? We're usually in here. The others left to do something a while ago. What were they doing? Are you sure you want to know? Why would I ask? They went to do something to that girl of yours. What are they going to do to her? Ugh. I squeeze my arm tighter on his neck subconsciously. I don't know. Something secret, I don't know. You're so useless, it's annoying. You can't even tell me where she is, so I have no use for you. Wait. I jerk his neck at a specific angle and he goes completely motionless and limp. As I do that, another set of arms wrapped around me and pulls me back. I wonder if you get out here. Pulls me back through the door into the hallway outside. Several other men await me with their grasping arms. About 4, more than the one who just grabbed me. Man, this isn't good. I shove my elbow into the nearest temple, stumbling him backwards. 2 of them grab my arm where I try to dead weight and collapse their heads together. It can't be my location because we both live in the UK. Yeah, that's a fair point. Yeah, that's a very fair point. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know then. That's really weird. When the heads hit each other, I grab one of their legs and try to pull them upwards, but I'm grabbed from behind again. Raise my foot against the man's chest and push off as much energy as I can muster. I stumble him back and the guy holding me topples over, giving me a window to escape his grasp. But as I get up, I'm greeted with what feels like a steel-toed boot straight to my left temple. Oop, the vision goes completely blurred and the stairs appear in and out of it as I try to stand up before feeling another impact against my face. Fall onto my back, facing the ceiling, one of them places their foot against my chest and keeps me pinned to the ground. I look around and notice the makeshift knife earlier is an arm length away from me. Reach out, grab it and shove it into his calf. Yeah. The other attackers around me start recovering and I managed out from under the foot that had been pinned, but it isn't long before they were on top of me again. Earlier, ooh, what happened earlier? Looking at the box cutter that sits in my hand, I think what the others have at home. They all have different uses and designs, they all perform differently and they're all beautiful. Even something as simple as a box cutter has some sort of elegance to it. In fact, everything has elegance to it, you just need to how to find it. But then it really comes down to the mindset. I'm going to be honest, my mindset is absolutely horrible. The force eats at me and my insecurity swallow me, and even my own self-esteem depreciates me. It's a living hell, and the only way to relieve is to cut. Granted, it feels really good when I do, but subconsciously I know how dangerous it is. I could actually chip something not be able to stop the bleeding. Especially in a situation like this. If I do manage to do it too deep, I can't really call 911 or bandage myself up. I just want to go back home. I want to lie down on my bed and sit under a blanket forever. This is all too much for me to really comprehend and handle. But I know I can't give up. I go trying to, it's hard as just to rescue me from all this. It's even gone to the point where they're forcing him to do things that I know he is morally against. And then some of the men who kidnapped me told me they managed to capture him. I don't think that's true. It could just be like to make me panic even more. I just really hope he's okay. Taking deep breaths, pausing for a second and breathing out, I try to calm myself. I've been at the brink of tears for so long my eyes are generally starting to sting. Wiping away the tears that were formed, I look around the barren, cold basement and lean my head against the corner once again. Some noise above me caused me to open my eyes. I must have dozed off a little bit there. Sounds like the guy above me moving something, which leaves me with a worried and sick feeling in my stomach, but I try to ignore and rest a little more. Stumbling above stops after a while and I hear the door unlock. A few men stand in front of me and pull me up. Huh? Get off me! I struggle and try to shake as hard as I can to get free, but their grip is on too tight. They pull me up the stairs, drag my lower body against the wooden stairs as they go. Get off me! Fiddle around managing to free my left foot and begin swinging and kicking one of the guys in the groin. He drops my other foot, but all the men force me into a wooden desk in the middle of the main hallway. Browse on Steam, is it? Doki Doki events on Steam? Oh, the base game. Oh, the base game is... Right, I'm gonna PRB real quick. I'm gonna make a cup of tea. Cup of tea time. My throat's got really dry. sore aching right. I have returned with a cup of tea in hand. I need a drink because my throat is drying out a bit. What better drink than a cup of tea? Where's in there? Vanity GPT. No, it isn't. No, it isn't. The liar GPT. Yeah, that's really weird. I don't know what's going on there. Oh, hello. Again, here I was just playing Pokemon Academy Life. I didn't notice your Discord notification. Sorry, I was making a cup of tea. It isn't Chat GPT. Lied. Yeah, it do be like that. Yeah, I was currently on a tea break, so he got me at a bad time. He drops my other foot, but all the men forced me onto a wooden desk in the middle of the main room. Oh no. One holds me down by my shoulders, the other holds my legs down against the desk. The third, after recovering from my kick, reached into his jacket. Help! Someone help me. Someone against my head shuts me up and makes everything go dizzy. What they're going to do to me? I know exactly what they've done. Have you played the Forgotten mod? I played it on my friend's PC. Ooh, no I haven't. Ooh, the Forgotten mod. Let me just... I'll search it up and then we'll look at it later. That does sound intriguing. After rustling through his jacket, the fur pulls up some medical syringe and some fluid in it. Oh my. He walks over to my left arm and the man holding my shoulder move my left wrist out. Hey, please don't do this. He doesn't respond and caps the syringe. Please? He places the needle against my wrist and inserts it into me. No. A very weird warm feeling starts to tingle up in my arm into my chest. I can't bear to look at what he's doing to me. When I feel near leave my arm, some blood trickles from my wrist onto the desk. All the men let go of me and I roll onto my right side. This doesn't seem to support all my weight on the side and topples over. Right shoulder and side brace my fall so my head doesn't hit the ground, but the fourth impact is enough to kick the wind out of me. How long till it takes effect? Yeah, about 5 minutes. Depends on the girl's tolerance. It's kind of sad to see a young girl like her go through this. Yeah, but man, I couldn't care less. I get paid for this. Man straight. I roll on my stomach and gasp for air, my body tingling like it's falling asleep. Oh my, I don't like this feeling. I don't like it at all. Not only am I having trouble getting my wind back, but the warm feeling also keeps spreading across my body. It is so uncomfortable. So which new playing first? Two realities of... I don't know. I'll have to have a look at them, see what takes my fancy. Everything starts to get dark and my vision tunnels. The tingling gets worse and worse. My hearing muffles and fades into a constant static. Someone help me, please. That's why there was blood there. Lean forward onto the railing and look out into the water. Ashley stands off to my left, peering out into the same lake as I. She's been awfully quiet lately and it concerns me. It's been a little weird since I was made an agent. Ever since then, she acted completely different around me. It brings back an all too familiar feeling from the past. One that doesn't sit well in my stomach and makes me slightly nauseous. And it isn't like I can really open up to her about it either. I was trained to have any insecurities or emotional feelings I have. No one needs to hear or see that I have feelings. It makes me more of an effective agent. Oh, thanks. I do what I need to regardless of the circumstances or my own moral influence. But as a side effect, I feel like I've grown away from Ashley. Either that or she has grown away from me. Nonetheless, it makes me a little disheartened. I'm inside to let my thoughts rumble at each other for a while. The occasional glare from the sun reflecting off the lake catches my eyes every so often. The quiet and peaceful atmosphere that surrounds us only makes it a little more awkward. Ashley's presence seemed almost ominous, like it was only meant to make things more tense between us. But she ends up breaking the tension. Look, what's going on in your head right now? Nothing, why'd you ask? You're absolutely quiet, it's annoying. You prefer to start screaming? Do it, and I'll throw you over the railing. It would be refreshing and change the pace, considering neither of us were speaking at all for a while. Speaking of which, I decided to go for it. You haven't been as talkative either. What's going on in your head right now? She remains quiet for a moment, looking back down into the water. Through the reflection, I can tell she has a degree of sadness written across her face. It's nothing, just some thoughts getting to me, that's all. Thoughts? That's what I said. Care to elaborate? No. She raises her voice slightly, but enough for me to determine that something is definitely bothering her. I guess I can relate. I've been quiet because some of my thoughts are eating away at me too. Eh? I exhale sharply and look up into the sky. Focusing on the clouds, I begin to explain what concerns Ashley. Ever since the examination, you've acted oddly around me. Granted, I should really care that you are, but for some reason I do. And since I couldn't bring myself to say anything earlier because everything that has happened to me over the years has definitely made me something I'm not familiar with. I don't really know how to feel about it, and to be honest, I see, well, it's not like I can blame you either. I was one who trained you to become who you are now. So I guess I'm at fault for that. I'm sorry. He goes off to the side and stops talking. Don't apologize for that. You took in a kid who only wanted to die after the deck of cards he was giving was bad. You cared for that kid and you made sure he had an education or was trained to become useful. You were always useful. You may not have noticed it until now, but you were. You're always useful to someone somewhere, Echo. Even if that's for a day, you will know what you did was right when your memories linger. How have I always been useful? You gave me a new outlook on life. You gave me a reason to kind of, I guess, care for someone other than Julia and myself. She always hit me hard, and that is because of a blonde in my life who gave me a chance and opportunity. Yep. Listen, though, Echo, I know you have a lot inside your mind, and considering where you came from, what you had to deal with your father, I understand it makes you think, and sometimes you feel if you can only cause problems and don't know if the path you take is truly right. I remember our conversation that night. I definitely opened up more than I should have. Shake my head in a slight embarrassment when I looked down into the lake. Well, just assured me that you actually had feelings. I resent that. Can you blame me? You literally never spoke after we picked you up. You didn't even react to anything. You barely even ate anything. Okay, no problem. When you did show a trace of emotion, I was ecstatic. Yeah, I get it. Anyway, I know sometimes you feel like that, but remember what I taught you and what feels right to you. You have your own training, but you have your own judgment. Never confuse or forget the two, alright? Right. I appreciate it, Ashley. I scoot closer and pat her on the shoulder before turning around and walking away. I know you want to be the best for me, but I don't think you understand the true things I feel inside. All the pain you put me through, and after what my instructors test me with, and what I've done during my short attendance as an agent. For all leaving me with various tribulations that constantly battle with each other. They're the source of my internal war, and one day that will end, and one of them will win. That day scares me. My eyes open just to be filled with dust and dirt. The intense stinging from the dirt caused my eyes to water, making the pain even worse. The deal need to be downloaded off the website, or it can be off Steam. Either works. Either Steam or website, either both of them work. Rolling onto my side, I velociously rub both my eyes with my hands. Once I'm sure the majority of dirt in my eyes have been moved and the pain subsides, I open my eyes once more. Everything is still in tunnel vision as I look around. I don't recognize where I am. Wasn't I just in a main reception hall of that one building? I'm not even in the basement anymore. Hello? My voice echoes out the room, still startling me. Looks like an empty lab room of sorts. Struggling to get on my feet, overwhelming dizziness washed over me. Oh no. I'm going... Excuse me, sorry about that. Drop my knees and throw up onto the ground in front of me. Nothing but water comes up, but it feels like when someone's trying to throw up actual food. It hurts so much. I absolutely hate feeling of throwing up. Ugh. After a few minutes, my vision and hearing clear slightly. I shake my head a few times to try and get my wits about me again, but the dizziness still remains. Kind of feels like I'm moving through a sand. After another few minutes, I feel my body start to get lighter and I try to get on my feet. Something metallic sticks into my chest. I reach into my shirt and check and discover the basement key. Huh? I still have it. Wait. Exclaiming those words, I reach out loud. I reach into the side of my pants and feel the box cutter still there. Yes. But yelling out, I cover my mouth with my hands for a second and listen for anyone to approach. Nothing. Grabbing the box can and holding it tightly in my hands, I walk towards the windows on the far side of the room. Okay, outside there's a bunch of trees that I recognize as part of the forest on the edge of town. But for as where I'm specifically, my mind isn't completely clear, so I can't think too much about it. Okay, well I'm just gonna... I need to take 5 1 sec. My voice is kind of being bad today, I don't know why. Doki Doki forgot, let's look at this. They have to know. Doki Doki is a monster after Sori's attempted suicide. Luckily, Sori is found breathing and alive and was put in the hospital. After the others find out about Sori, the club starts to break down. Things start going wrong. Life isn't the same without your childhood friends. Will things ever go back to how they used to be, or will lives get worse? Ooh. Interesting. You like it? Okay. Found the problem with my firewall, but I forgot how to move it. Oh, okay, that might be why, yeah, that would explain it. Yes, weird that's causing that issue. Okay, the Forgotten mod seems to be a short mod. That might just be worth a quick play. I need my tea right now. That's the only issue with like streaming and stuff like that. You talk so much, and it makes I get my throat dries out and it gets quite bad. I was saying that it hasn't happened before, really. Well, last couple of streams have been fine, but for some reason today it's been especially bad. Hopefully I can get to have some tea, take a chill second to stop speaking. And hopefully it should help and we can continue. Because we've only been streaming less than an hour. I think I'm probably putting too much effort into my words, which is making the issue worse. Resting my head against the window, it begins to fog up. I need to find a way out of here. If I can get down there, then I can try to find a police officer. And I really should be quick about it. I have no idea what those kids did to me, but I feel very weird still. Lifting my forehead off the window, I try to shake it once more. But of course, the feeling doesn't dissipate. I might as well try to find a way out of here. Turning around as I head towards the door. Gripping the box tightly in my hand, I reach with a free hand to open the door and walk into the hallway outside. Oh, they left it unlocked? The hallway is darker than usual, so it has to be a bit later into the night. Looking to my right, I see a staircase and start to run towards it. Where do you think you're going, Yuri? Yeah? A specifically media fire since it would never sound. Oh, very that's random, that is. Okay. The man that showed up in Echo's house when I first got kidnapped walks around the corner. He stands in the middle of the hallway, blocking me from getting any closer to the stairs. Ask you a question. Get away from me. Not going to happen, sweetie. You see, I've heard you have been escaping your confinements lately. And one of my basement keys have gone missing too? I don't suppose you would have any idea where it went, would you? No. My hand started to shake, and the pit of my stomach convulsed into a knot. take a few steps back and try to distance us, but to my despair he takes a few steps towards me. You're starting to become quite the handful for me. Normally I just get rid of things that cause problems for me, and you've been nothing but problems. The only reason I've let you live this long is because I needed leverage against Echo. But now, I don't think we need you anymore. But no, please, I just want to go home. It's kind of sad to see a girl like you suffer through this. You're actually really pretty, even when you have that terrified look on your face. Alas, I have to do what I have to do. I try to run by his right side, but he catches me and grasps my hand with his. Get off of me. Shut up and make this easy for me. He pulls my arm, which caused me to fall into his arms. His arm wraps my throat and his other pushes against my back. I can't breathe. Yuck. Just stop moving and breathe out. It'll be much easier and less painful. I'm gonna die here if I don't do something. With my right hand, I realize I have something I don't want to do. I press the small black lever with the box cutter hidden in my fist and extend the blade. Using the rest of my energy, I slam the box cutter against the man's leg. Yeah. He lets go of me and gasps onto his leg. I drop onto my knees and gasp for air. Yeah? What on earth? You stabbed me! Well, it's twice now! I still haven't fully healed. I still haven't fully healed since you last stabbed me in Echo's house. Blood starts to trickle down his pants, staining them red. I grip the blade again in my hand and try to stand up on my feet. I swear, I'm gonna wire your neck and watch you die. I'm done playing games. Just let me leave. I want to go home with Echo. Even if you do manage to leave, you won't be going home with him. Do you want to know why? My stomach sinks as I anticipate what he's about to say. Why? Because he's dead. You're lying. Echo can't be dead. He foolishly ran to try and save you. He discarded any logic and safety of his own when he charged into the unknown. We overwhelmed him and I had the pleasure of putting a bullet in his head. My knees immediately strained to support my body. Nausea caused me to throw up, travelling up my throat. You look a little sick. What's the matter? Was me killing your boyfriend too much for you? Stop saying that. It can't be real. You have to be lying to me. Since the game here, I've got every Easter egg in DDLC. Hey, that's a good one, guys. It does take some time, but it's definitely a good one. Still don't believe me? Here. He reaches into his pocket and pulls something metallic and tosses it onto the ground. Oh my small silver pocket knife I gave Echo a while ago. It's covered with dried blood. The world around me starts to crumble and I fall. Echo he's... What, you gonna cry? Why you do this to us? It all stems from the motivation and root of everything. Money, of course. I was paid to do this. I wanted to collapse and give up. There's no reason for me to keep trying to survive anymore. But I know Echo would be disappointed in me if I let myself die here. He would want me to survive this and get out alive. I can try for him. Steadying my breathing, I raised the box cutter and brandished it towards the man. You're still gonna fight back at all this? You're dumb. Your boyfriend's dead. You aren't getting out of here. Just do yourself a favor and let me kill you. Shut up. I sprint towards him and start wildly slashing my box cutter into him. Whew. Lean into my hands and knees and throw up on the ground again. My hands won't stop shaking as I stared at the box cutter on the ground. Oh, interesting. I didn't know that. I hurt someone. I didn't want to hurt anyone. The man gets back up off the ground from where he was laying. But what? How are you still? He doesn't respond when he gets onto his feet and he turns and looks at me and walks towards me again. No. I got the box and went towards the stairwell. Trying to get down the stairs as fast as I can and get away from this monster, I pace my steps down. But all of that seems to be for nothing as I end up tripping over my own feet and crashing into the ground. Yeah. Ow. I'm trying to pick myself up from the ground, but there's almost no strength in my arms. Come on, Yuri, get up. Though, one after another, my arms completely comply and help pick me up. That's why you can look mental. Yeah. Finally, I need to get to the door I saw in the main lobby. I need to get out of here. Dizziness starts to hit me really hard, like a really bad head rush. She's over here. Find that and beat the life out of her. Oh man. Try to clear my head and going down the next flight of stairs. Stepping out the staircase and into another open area, I don't recognize where I am. Is this a new area? No, it can't be. I swear I've been here before. Why is it I can't understand where I am right now? I start to panic and run down the center corridor. Everything around me goes fuzzy, I can hear my heartbeat louder than anything else. At the end of the corridor, I see a black figure appear out of nowhere and try to grab me. I caught her. Get off me, please. I caught her. Let go. I swim a box at the figure and escape, but it disappears. Oh, where did he go? Oh no. This isn't real. Oh, this isn't real. This isn't real. This is... Whatever they gave us is caused. This is... Yeah, I don't think this is happening. I'm really concerned about what's actually happening. And the glitchiness. When we stabbed the guy, it glitched out. First, behind me alerts me someone trying to sneak up on me. Turning my brandish to box towards the direction of the sound. But no one's there. But what? I shake my head and keep continuing down the corridor. When I reach the end, there's yet another dark hallway that calls out to me. Oh great, not another one of these. Ugh. I guess darkness will be at least a concealment for conceal me from some people, and I feel slightly more comfortable being there than out here. I still tremble as I start to enter the hallway. The dark hallway is oddly colder than the rest of the building so far. Keep my arms close to me, I try to steal my resolve. It may be easier for me to stay hidden, but it's still nerve-wracking. Come on, Yuri, you can do this, step by step. Trying to encourage myself to keep going, I ignore the fear that weights my legs, and I keep walking. Man, why was there a laugh? I didn't like that. Gee, they left that laugh in the back. I didn't like that. That's not... Something's gonna jump out at me. Mind starts to feel fuzzy again. Ooh, I'm going to lean on the wall for a second, try to rest. I've rubbed my temples, and I only realized I now hear something. Why is she even in the club? Wait a minute. That's Monica's voice. Oh, my maximum right. Yeah, so I'm literally waiting for something to pop up. Monica, but why is she... Seriously, she barely participates. And when we try to do group events, she just has some weird breakdown. Huh? Exactly, Monica. She attacked my writing because she doesn't like it. But hers isn't that even that good. And she prances around like she's some queen of literature or something. Nasuki? Come on, guys. So Yuri isn't that bad. She's annoying at times, but she's still a club member of the club. Not you two, sorry. Girls, I never meant to be that way. Hey, you think she will, you know, cut herself again? Probably, but who cares? Why would you say that? Look, I'm on darkness for them. Oh, look, it's her. Hi, Yuri. Ugh. Why are you being so mean? I never meant to be that way. No one likes you, Yuri. Seriously, stop trying to get a haircut because you think you're all smart and have a more mature body than us. You're not anything he is going to ever want. Anything we want around here either. I think we should go. What do you mean? The voices fade away very shortly after. Wait, there's a DD official move. Oh, I didn't know. I will scream at any moment if there's a jump scare. Yeah. My knees weaken, and I almost buckle over onto the ground. Holding on to one arm that's out against the wall, I keep myself from falling. I sniff out my tears start to pour over my cheeks. Yuri, how many times have I told you stop being a weirdo? This is why your mother hates being around you. Father? You do weird things and you get weird outcomes. Look where you are now. Dad, I can explain. No one likes you. I'm getting on my hands and knees. I'm begging my mum until she buys me the jumper. Yeah, that's one thing. There is, and I have a lot of wish list items, but most of them being Monica Fair. Why do you still keep yourself around? All you do is make things worse for everyone. Stop. Look at yourself. You're dirty, bloody, drugged, hurt, and alone. And let's not forget, Echo's dead because of you. Stop it. I grabbed onto my head and pulled my hair, screaming into the darkness. Do you remember how easy it was when you just accepted the truth? You never cared about anyone, you just focused on yourself. You didn't need anyone. Everything was perfect until you decided to ruin it all by joining the club. And what do you know? You made them hate you too. I said stop it. Tried to take a step back, but buckled and crashed against the floor. Ooh. I used that sound effect before. Please, please, just leave me alone. I can't handle this. I know I'm a strain on the world, but I know I'm a failure. I know I am hated. Maybe I thought things would change when I joined the literature club. I thought things could be better when I met Echo. But I ruined it all again. Yuri, I hear you. Come out, wherever you are. Word calls out from the way it came. So is this actually, I cannot tell. Is this just, so are we, is it kind of, what you see, what you elven eyes see? Are we, I can't tell how, if this is real or not. Man, I need to get going. I climbed onto my feet and quickly walked down the hallway. Keep my boxer closed and my free hand outstretched to detect anything in front of me. I quicken my pace. Ooh, not bad. And that sounds nice. The footing disappears and I can feel someone to my left. Someone holds my outstretched arm and starts to yank on it. I grunt as I slash the person with my box cutter. Before I could finish my swing, the person vanishes. But hesitating for another second, I keep moving down the hallway until I come to a turn. What on earth did they drug us with? The end of the hallway is another center corridor that leads to a stairwell. A man stands next to the window, right to the stairway, and looks down at his phone. Marking from earlier, he's one of the guys who held me down on the desk. He turns his head and jumps as me as he noticed. Hey, what on earth are you doing out here? He starts to charge towards me. Stay back. I hold up the box cutter and try to show him that I will attack, but he keeps coming. Get over here. I back up against the wall behind me, and when the man is within arm's length, I swing the cutter at him. I barely make contact with his chest, but I feel the resistance as the blade tears through the surface of his... Ow! Ugh! He recoils but catches my hand as I swing again. I see a blur come towards my face before... For goodness sake! That stings! He still holds my hand, so I can't hold myself up anymore, and I begin sliding down the wall. He ends up holding me by my arm as the rest of me dangles towards the ground in a daze. He shoves his fist into my center of my gut, knocking the wind out of me, almost making me throw up right there and then. I drop the box to the ground and gasp for air. This wouldn't have happened if you weren't such a crazy knife-wielding douche. Man, I trying desperately to catch my breath. I look down on the floor and determine what I'm gonna do. I quickly reach down to the box cutter and ready another blow to my... as he readies another blow to my stomach. As soon as I have good enough grip, I throw the box cutter upwards, piercing into his stomach. He lets go of my hand and drops me to the ground. As he stumbles backwards, I scramble out to the corner I backed myself into. When I reach the window, I push him to the side and dash towards the stairs. Come on, I can make it. I swear I saw 2 more people on either side of me in the hall before the stairs. My mom said I can get an Natsuki set. Oh, nice. Nice, cool. I'll have to look at this after stream. But I didn't pay him too much attention. Falling again to what I think is the bottom of the floor, I anchor to the side and run to the door. Using both of my hands, I pull the handles as hard as I can. The door doesn't budge, so I keep trying over and over again. All of a sudden I hear someone behind me. Turning my head, I notice another man coming directly towards me. Hey, what are you doing here? These people just won't leave me alone. Overwhelming anger boils my blood and makes me grip my box cutter tighter than before. Turning to my side, I start to slash back at him over and over. He steps to the side and dodges each of my swings. Are you crazy? He shouts and he continues to back up away from my assault. I'm not going to let this guy stop me from getting out of here. I fight through the exhaustion, my lungs carry and keep slashing. Barks at something which must have caught him off guard because he leaves his stomach open. Grunting loudly, I shove my butt into his... Oh, I have a really bad... These aren't... Blood drips off the box cutter and from his stomach. Oh! Yuri, all of a sudden my head clears and what I see in front of me freezes my blood. Echo? Oh my, this entire time I thought I was shooting someone else. Why did I not see who he was before? Oh yikes. What? My... Oh my. I know as soon as he wasn't fighting back, I was suspicious of it. I thought what she was seeing wasn't what was happening. But I didn't realize that was our character. Well, I didn't see who he was before. I can barely find myself able to move. I'm frozen. You're alive? Why on earth wouldn't I be? He looks up at me, wincing from the wound I inflicted onto him. They told me you died. He doesn't respond and only coughs. Finally, sat out the frozen daze I was in, I rushed over to him and kneeled beside him. Oh my, are you okay? I'm right as rain right now. I'm so sorry. My trembling hands reached up to my face in effort to cover and shield my tears. Whatever happened? I don't know. I didn't see that it was you. I saw you as someone else, one of the people who caused all of this. How? Wait a second. Let me see your eyes. What? I said, let me see your eyes. He raised his voice a little, which scared me into doing it. Wincing, he leans towards me and looks into my eyes. What happened to you? Well, to be honest, I have no idea. I remember them forcefully injecting me with something. Injecting? You mean like a syringe? Echo's breath shortens. Yeah, and ever since I felt weird and like I'm hearing and seeing things. That would make some sense. You act like I was a monster or something. You okay? You having some trouble breathing? Well, I have a pretty nasty gash on my stomach. But I think that is probably a reason why. Again, I'm so sorry. Honestly, it's fine. I could tell you weren't fully there. Another glance on Echo's stomach shows me a profound amount of blood he's losing. It sends me into a panic almost immediately. What do we do? Yes, that's really bad. Okay, it's early. Okay, so this is probably our main character's point of view. Echo, oh. Using the back of my hands, I wipe the blood from my bottom lip. I'm out of breath and I'm running out of energy rapidly. That's a lot of blood, yeah. I managed to fend off my attackers long enough to get away, but I'm not unscathed. So pain on my left side is almost indicator of a broken rib. And a warm, dull pain shoots up my right leg. It's almost like sprained. For goodness sake, I was hoping to get I was getting away a little sooner, but I kept getting up. Leaning my back against the wall, I run my hand through my hair while exhaling deeply. I don't know. I speak, and the words I speak, I don't really know why. I need to find out by Yuri and get out of this hellhole. Situations like this aren't too stressful or difficult for me to manage on my own, but since Yuri's involved, I have to work for two basically. I can't just worry about myself and escape, which is why I can't give up. I have to keep going. Each inhale I take stings because of the broken rib, so I try my best to keep my breath gentle. Centering my stance and mentally preparing myself to start down the darkened hallway once more. I hear yelling from several people around the building, no doubt looking for me. Keeping quiet, skulk through the hallway until I reach a bend. The bend veers off to my left and leads to a small doorway at the end. Opening the door reveals to me a small and skinny stairwell that leads up the building. I'm gonna put you in the back when I play the Undertale General. Ooh, nice. Good luck. Probably your facility stairs? Either way, they're getting me out of here immediately out of the area of my pursuers. Standing up the stairs, I hear a scream off in the distance, but not in a specific direction to where I can pinpoint it. It sounds like Yuri. Dashing up the stairs to my next floor, a stretch leads out across a back hall of the building. With all my legs, which seems to be screaming at me to stop running, I continue to run down the hall. Reaching one of the upper hallways, I turn and notice something standing in front of me. Hello, Echo. A long time no see. Are you liking your stay here? Well, you know, maybe a kink here or there would probably go on my review, but other than that, sure. Enough of your witty talk, you're becoming more of a thorn in my side than I anticipated. You brought me here, what do you expect? I expect you to die quickly. You were wrong. I am not going to die here, because I can't say the same for you. Alas, you're a little too late for that, your dear friend. What? She kept fighting against us. We had no choice to put her down like a dog. She was behaving too belligerently and she was a danger. He reached into his pocket and pulled out a small metallic pocket knife. This one Yuri gave me shortly after the festival. It's covered in blood, which makes my stomach drop as soon as I notice it. You see this? This right here. He waved it towards me with a flick of his wrist. This is what you killed your precious Yuri. So you have my pocket knife and managed to cut yourself on it. Big deal. That isn't proof Yuri is dead. At this point I'm testing a popular internal practice at my job. People's eyes tell when they're lying. They behave a specific way without consciously knowing it. And he exhibits some of those behaviors. You're just stalling now. Your tricks won't work on me. I know too much about you. Interesting, you seem to do know more than the average Joe. Would you be so kind to explain how? I have my ways. If you find something that interests you, you do research on them. Whether or not the research is extensive is something you determine. At first I was paid. I didn't give two cares about who and what you were. But after a while I found an interest. I kept learning more and more about you. I decided to humour him while he goes on his tangent. So far I've let him talk and he has me cornered. But no matter how much information he has on me, very little of it is actually about who I am. Even the most talented private investigator will be able to uncover my orientation. And that is part of the law per se around me. Now, what I'm really curious about is why you're here. I think it's evident I'm here to get Yuri back. Okay, Captain Obvious, I'm talking about coming to this town. It's major. He scoffs and rubs his temple. I'm here to go to school, nothing more. What about your school there? It wasn't a general education school. Well, that's very obvious because look at you. You've done things that no other boy your age could do. But why would you come here of all places to go to school? He raises his voice and chuckles as he finishes the sentence. I'm joining a literary club with only girls, no less. And? You don't see the correlation here? Humour me with it. You, a new mysterious boy who has an insane physical and logical intelligence, just pops up. Teenage girls are more inclined to gravitate towards you because you seem perfect. You're basically taking advantage of these poor girls. Excuse me? I'm taking advantage of the girls? I've done nothing but my best for them and to make them feel happy to become their friend. And where did that get you? That's right, two of the friends are missing. That's right, two of their friends are missing, one is dead and the other is about to be. They're worried sick and none of this would have happened if you hadn't shown up. This was all your fault, you did this. His words hit me directly inside. Normally I would be extremely upset during someone antagonizing me like this, but he's right. None of this would have happened if I never joined the club. None of this would have happened if I never came to this town in search of something that I'll never have. A normal life. For goodness sake. My will to fight immediately weakens and I drop to my knees. What's this? Are you giving up already? For goodness sake, I was going to badger you a little bit more. I lower my head to the ground instead to the floor. The man walks towards me, unfolding a pocket knife in his hand. I guess the surefire way to play defense is to attack what you're careful. But this time I wasn't the one to do that. You did all of this yourself. He stops in front of me and I can feel the tip of the blade on my scalp. It's a shame all of this had to happen. You didn't deserve to suffer for your existence. He raised the blade off my scalp, prompting me to withdraw to strike. Ooh, nice. Bidding my left hand to his fist, I throw my arm and impact directly into his groin. But out of the body instinct, he bends over and allows me extra to wrap my arms around his waist and secure the blade. Next, I stand up, wrapping my other hand around his neck. Forcing myself to push through the pain in my leg and ribcage, I throw myself and the man forward. Momentum allows me to slam into the hard marble flooring. Standing over him, I wait for a response. He remains motionless and still confirming he has lost consciousness. She may not deserve it, but you do. I'm not going to let her down. I may have caused all of this and I'll have to face my consequences afterward, but right now I need to get home safely. Then when I got half HP. Yeah, Undying is quite a tricky boss. She can be. Especially her yellow arrows, the reverse arrows, those can catch you off guard. Because I can't actually dodge those by instinct. So which part of the UK are you from? Wales, England, Scotland, Ireland. Wales, the land of many sheep and rain. Wales. Wales, but we don't actually have Wales here, I don't think. Not that I've seen. I've caused all this and I have to face you. And I swear I will not let anyone stop me. Looking around to see if anyone is here, I clear the room and head towards the stairwell. He stepped towards, send a shooting pain up into my back. When I reach the midway level, I take a second and steady my breathing. I forgot how much a broken rib stings. During the training, I ended up breaking one because I was sparring with someone much larger than I. My instructor said it was a great idea, but then again, he always told us we can't work against a greater opponent, we won't get anywhere in the field. As much as I hated him, he was right. Alright, I can keep going now. With that many fake armors and genuine. No, it's not too bad. Inching as close as I come to the edge, I'd expose myself, I'd eavesdrop in a conversation. I'm not really sure to think about that. It's not like it matters if they have an offensive lineman. I could get through anything. Whatever, just until I win the bet, I'm gonna need that $50. yeah, have you heard anything from the boss about the 2 kids? No, but I think he's still deciding what to do. But let me just kill him. That's what I said, but no, the boss wants him alive for some reason. It really annoys me. For real, it's whatever though, as long as we get paid, I don't care. I guess. Come on, I need a cigarette. Both the conversing men take down the hallway away from me. Interesting, so they aren't trying to kill you and me just yet. But the 2 men from the forest directly tried to kill me, so there must be some degree of disorder in this group's leadership. Whoever is behind this has some ulterior motives of keeping us alive. But I'll be damned if I hang on long enough to figure that out. Once their voices fade enough to render them a good distance away from me, I turn the corner and head down the stairs. I contemplate my next move to distract from the pain. I'm going to need to find my handgun. Or any firearm, actually. I'm not reliable enough to get into close quarter brawl. Yeah, you're kind of injured. So from the bottom floor, I turn my left and head towards the lounge from earlier. I'm really hoping no one's in there, because I have a hunch that's where my handgun is. Sneaking the door open, I place my ear against it and listen. Nothing? Nothing. Perfect. I rotate it, luckily it opens. Idiots. I slide into the crack of the door and close it behind me. The couch, of course, is empty, so I've taken care of the buddy. The TV is off, some glasses of various drinks scattered about, and a half-eaten cheese pizza still lies on the table. Along on the walls sits a cabinet of cabinets and shelving. Not hesitating for a second, I start to search through each of them. Magazines, recipes, spare forks, various cords and chargers, a dog collar, pencils and pencils. Ugh. Just as I go search the various cupboards, I notice a small shelf near the door that is perfectly hidden when you come in. And while I see it out, generally makes me smile. I grab hold of my handgun and slide the magazine out. No change ammunition and it's still chambered. But my magazines aren't with it. It's a little disheartening, but nonetheless I have my much better chance against my enemies. Before I go, I walk over to the small side room with the kitchenette and turn on the faucet. As my hands to the cup, I fill it with water and drink it. After I have a good amount of water to help rehydrate myself, I splash from my face. Cooling water feels nice. I take the opportunity to let myself breathe freely for a moment. When you're in a constant stressful situation, you forget your breathing can be consistently laboured. Some moments where you can actually breathe really help clear the mind and calm the nerves. Splash water on my face one last time before taking another drink. Grab my hands off my pants, I turn around and hold my handgun tightly in my grip. I walk towards the door, but stop when I hear something down the hallway. It sounds like someone's running down the stairs. Backing doors, I peek down the hallway just as a purple blur turns the corner towards the front door. Wait a second, is that Yuri? Ugh. Yuri grunts, prompts me to immediately leave the room and rush down the hallway to the door. When I turn the corner, Yuri is trying to open the main doors. Yuri, what are you doing here? She turns around and has a burning look in her eyes. She brandishes a bloody box cutter in my direction and barely gives any antagonism before violently swinging at me. What on earth? I dodged to my left and just narrowly evade the blade of the box cutter. Are you crazy? I have to find some way to disarm her. I can't move backwards anymore because something blocks me. Behind me is an overturned desk from earlier. But this is gonna be thrust the blade of a weapon into my abdomen. She twists the blade a few times from left to right before finally pulling it out. Unable to hold myself up, I collapse against the wall and slide down. Blood starts to expel from my abdomen as I place my hands over the wound to stop the bleeding. Yuri. Echo? She immediately recoils away from me and looks at the box cutter. Ow. Yeah, ouch. You're alive. Why wouldn't I be? I look up at Yuri's shocked face. Why on earth did she look so surprised? She just tried to kill me. They told me you had died. I fight back the urge to cough, but fail. After that, oh my, are you okay? I'm right as rain now. I continue to press pressure against my stomach and apply pressure. I'm so sorry. Yuri reaches up and places her hand in mine, avoiding eye contact with me. What even happened? I don't know, I didn't see that it was you. I saw you as someone else, one of the people who caused all of this. She didn't see me as me? What kind of sense does that make? Oh, got myself off when she makes eye contact with me again. Eyes look strange. Wait a second. Let me see your eyes. What? I said let me see your eyes. Super curvy Wednesday, yeah. I raised my voice slightly because of the pain, but I try my best not to raise it too much. What happened to you? She suddenly leans towards me, her pupils dilated hardcore. Well, to be honest, have no idea. Remember being injected with something. Injected? You mean like a syringe? I catch myself about to cough and I hold my breath to steady myself from doing so. Once the tickle on my foot dissipates, the pain and bleeding starts to make it hard to catch my breath. And yeah, ever since that I had this weird feeling like I'm hearing and seeing things. That'd make some sense. You actually sound like I was a monster or something. Okay, you're having some trouble breathing. I have a pretty nasty gash in my stomach, so I think that's probably why. I'm so sorry. It's honestly fine. I could tell you weren't fully there. He looks around and stops at my stomach, just a bead of blood trailed between my fingers. The sight makes her gasp and nearly panic. What do we do? But I need to stop the bleeding before I keel over. How can we do that? Looking down, I lift up my shirt to expose the wound. It doesn't look too deep, but nonetheless it's still bleeding at a concerning rate. And how long will it take to stop the bleeding is going to be extremely detrimental to our survival. He looks to see the wound, your face turns white. Listen, there's a small lounge in the hallway to our right. I saw a first aid kit in the area from the southern side of the room, near a bookshelf. Run in, grab it so we can put something on this. She points in the direction of the lounge and she nods. She gets up and starts to run. As soon as she does, she out to my side, I have a huge sigh and try to alleviate some of the pain. Oh my, this hurts like anything. Breathing in and out deeply to help stabilize my heart rate. An irregular overwhelming heart rate can increase the amount of blood flow throughout your body. And that's the opposite of what you want to do when you're bleeding. You want to migrate the amount of blood you lose, lowering your fast blood pump through your veins and rest. So Yuri returns. I'm going to try to focus on my breathing. Returns a few minutes later with her first aid kit in hand. I'm sorry it took so long. You're fine, Yuri. She hesitantly opens in a white and red plastic case and searches through it. Find some gauze, thick that is, it's in there, right. Oh, the kit has a small bottle of rubbing alcohol. What percentage? What do you mean? Is it isopropyl alcohol, right? There should be a percentage listed somewhere on there. 70%? Perfect. It's a very effective disinfection antiseptic. But any higher percentage would not disinfect as well as 70%, believe it or not. And of course, any lower percentage would be ineffective as the former. Then it has a good balance of water and alcohol to disrupt bacterial cells kill them much quicker and more effectively. If there's too much water, it'll take longer to disinfect and won't be as potent. If too little water and alcohol won't be able to destroy the microorganisms effectively due to the high evaporation rate and less contact time. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to call it here. My throat is getting rather sore. I would like to go further. It's a really short stream, but my throat's getting really sore. I'm gonna have. Oh, thank you. I'm gonna have trouble continuing. So yeah, I'm probably gonna have to end. I think I'll end it here. It needs to be a bit shorter, but oh well, it can't really be helped. I think tomorrow I'm gonna stream. I think tomorrow I plan on streaming Satisfactory. So yeah, there's that. Hey, thank you for coming. Thank you for being in chat, Zed and Ice King and Assassin. Is Stubborn Saber. I'll have a look what he's doing. Stubborn Saber. So it's doing Pokemon Life. 4 hour stream? Yikes, that's insane. I know who you are and can raid. Ah, interesting. Yeah, we may as well, you know, it can't hurt. Anyway, yeah, I see, I'm in his chat. What's he doing? Okay, yeah, this is fine. Okay, we got back to my channel. Oh, stupid chat. No, I honestly hate my chat sometimes because it just randomly becomes clickable and it's a pain. Okay, anyway, thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did so, please consider following and subscribing, as that would help a lot and my channel grow, which is, you know, amazing, because growing is a good thing and something that can be quite difficult, but we're doing quite good. So yeah, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. It will be again live tomorrow, so I hope to see you there. Thank you, Ice King, for being in the chat. Same with you, Zed and Assassin. Already subbed. Hey, thank you very much. That's really appreciated. I'll see you guys tomorrow. Goodbye.